For analysis on the Israel-Hamas war and the regional strains it's prompting, let's turn now to Dan Arbell. He's a former Israeli diplomat and a scholar in residence with the Department of History at American University. Dan, thank you for joining us. Now, what's your take on Israel's stagnated advance? Is it deliberate, to allow for diplomacy, secret talks and clandestine deals, or is there a different strategy at play here?
I believe that it is designed to do the utmost not to jeopardize any of the hostages or to reach a situation in which will be irreversible in terms of the fate of the hostages. So clearly Israel is advancing, and as your reporter has stated, is being said that they're on in the outskirts of Gaza City and are advancing to separate the south from the north of Gaza in the Strip. At the same time, 1 million Palestinians have fled already to the south, and the thousands that are still left in northern Gaza are, surrounding the hospital areas, hoping those areas will not be hurt. Again, Israel is very calculated in its advancement, and it's moving rapidly but cautiously, so as not to jeopardize the hostage situation anymore.
So you think the domestic focus is its prime aim here? Do you think it's also thinking about whether or not, a full-scale invasion off the get-go could spark, a wider conflict with Hezbollah, for example?
That too. Israel has set out very clear goals of destroying Hamas, and what that means is basically going after Hamas's leadership and destroying Hamas military infrastructure as much as it can. At the same time, it does not want to open up other fronts like with Hezbollah in the north or in the West Bank, or have other regional actors join in the fight. So it is not having a full-scale invasion, but what it looks like is a slow entry, yet at the same time comprehensive and focused on very targeted goals, and not just going all out, and also trying to avoid civilian casualties as much as possible. Not having innocent civilians getting caught in harm's way. So it's all of the above, I think.
Now, in terms of the regional players here, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon and Syria are taking care not to escalate or fuel the crisis in any way. But how do you place the positions of Turkey and Iran? I mean, Turkey sharply criticised Israel on Saturday. Iran has, of course, been a long-standing enemy of Israel. Would either directly more engage in a wider conflict, do you think?
So first of all, you did not mention Qatar, and I would mention Qatar because it's a very important actor in terms of getting the hostages released, and so they're an important player. But Turkey, I don't think, has an interest in rocking the boat or in trying to agitate the situation any further. It is putting pressure on Israel, rhetoric pressure, or calling out on Israel to cease its activities. But I don't see Turkey actually interfering or sending troops to the region in any way. Iran is a different story, and Iran has Hezbollah as its main arm in Lebanon. And it's not clear. It seems that Iran doesn't want the opening up of another front with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and I don't think it will have an issue of sacrificing Hamas, so to speak. So right now, Iran is cautious, but things may develop in the coming days. Right now, I don't see Iran going in, though.
You say that Israel hasn't targeted civilians. There has been reports, however, of airstrikes near Rafah crossing. There's been footage of one of the tanks aiming at a car with a family in it. Regardless of the US support, do you think that there will be enough international pressure, given the countless protests that are erupting around the country and the very graphic footage that's coming out of Gaza? Do you think that there will be more and more pressure on the US to try and call for a ceasefire?
There will be increasing pressure on the US and on Israel, internationally and regionally. But I do understand, I do sense that the U.S. is not tying Israel's hands at the moment, is allowing it to continue with its operation. And I don't think Israel has any intention of stopping before it achieves its goals on the ground. And so this will likely continue despite building international pressure as you describe it.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. I really appreciate your time. Dan Arbell there for us.